In the early 2000s, there was one company that ruled the world, a company so powerful almost everyone on earth had touched its products. Their phones were everywhere, in schools, offices, villages, airports, even war zones. And then, almost overnight, they disappeared. Not because they were poor, not because they lacked technology, not because people hated them. They fell because they made one deadly mistake. This is the rise and tragic fall of Nokia. Before smartphones existed, Nokia was unstoppable. In fact, if you were born before 2005, chances are your first phone was a Nokia. Their phones were legendary, strong batteries, durable design, affordable prices, simple software. People used to joke Nokia phones can survive anything, and honestly, they weren't wrong. Some Nokia phones survived falls from buildings, water damage, even being run over by vehicles. By 2000, Nokia had become the king of the mobile industry. They controlled almost 40% of the global phone market. Think about that for a second. Nearly half the planet was using Nokia. Their ringtone became part of human culture. Their iconic models like the 3000, 310 became symbols of reliability. Nokia wasn't just selling phones, they were selling trust. The scary part is Nokia wasn't lucky, they were genuinely brilliant. They had world class engineers, massive factories, huge profits, global distribution, and brand loyalty. They were years ahead of competitors. At one point, Nokia's value was so huge, it contributed heavily to Finland's entire economy. Nokia looked invisible, but inside the company, something dangerous was growing. Arrogance. Success made Nokia comfortable. They believed nobody could challenge them, and that confidence slowly became blindness. Then came 2007, a moment that changed history forever. Steve Jobs walked onto a stage holding a device that looked nothing like the phone people know, the first iPhone. Most companies were shocked, but Nokia they didn't take it seriously. To them, the iPhone looked expensive, fragile, and impractical. Nokia executives believed keyboard phones were still the future. They thought consumers would never fully switch to touchscreen devices, and that single assumption became one of the biggest mistakes in business history. While Apple focused on software experience, Nokia stayed focused on hardware. While smartphones evolved, Nokia moved slowly, very slowly. And then came another problem. Google launched Android. Suddenly, multiple companies could build powerful smartphones. Brands like Samsung adapted quickly. Nokia didn't. The real reason behind Nokia fall is wasn't technology, it was fear. Years later, former employees revealed something shocking. Inside Nokia, there was internal chaos. Managers were afraid to admit problems. Employees feared speaking honestly, and executives ignored warnings. Teams fought each other internally. Instead of innovating fast, Nokia became trapped in corporate politics. The company that once moved faster than everyone suddenly couldn't move at all. Their software system, Symbian, became outdated. Developers hated working with it. Customer wanted modern smartphones, but Nokia kept releasing products that felt old. Every year they lost more market share. Every year competitors became stronger. Then came the desperate decision. In 2011, Nokia partnered with Microsoft. They abandoned their old system and switched to Windows Phone. But it was already too late. Consumers had chosen Android and iPhone. App developers ignored Windows phones. Customers stopped caring about Nokia, and slowly the king collapsed. In 2013, Nokia sold its mobile phone business to Microsoft. The company that once dominated the entire industry was gone. Nokia's story teaches one brutal lesson. In business, success can become a dangerous because when companies dominate too long, they stop listening, they stop taking risk, they stop changing, and eventually someone hungrier replaces them. The market doesn't care how successful we were yesterday. Innovation never waits, adapt or disappear. Today, Nokia still exists in some form, but the empire they once built is gone forever. And somewhere in a drawer, in millions of homes around the world, old Nokia phones still remain silent reminders of a company that once ruled the world and lost it all because they failed to see the future. So, the next time a giant company looks unbeatable, remember this story because even kings can fall.